I just wanted to come on here and say I'm sorry. I voted for him and I thought he was going to make things better for folks like us.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. This is America. This is our land.
I don't know about you, but I cannot keep living like this. I am tired in my bones. I am tired in my soul. We are not supposed to live this way.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No.
So a Republican woman is in shock because she showed up at the hospital in Florida with an ectopic pregnancy and they told her they couldn't help her.
You just can't make this shit up, y'all. He is demolishing the people's house, the east wing of the people's house, also that he can build a ballroom.
Greetings, my lovely people, and welcome back. MAGA supporters are now crying and regretting their vote for Donald Trump, the same man they called their savior. And they thought they would lower grocery prices, make life affordable for normal Americans, create jobs, but that's not the case. The cost of living has exploded, rent is unbearable, and yet billions are being used on luxury projects like the ballroom, while millions can't afford even a simple meal. And so many now are now realizing that the promises of America Great Again, they were never fulfilled. So let's get to see the reactions and come back with commentary, and kindly hit the subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments, all right? Let's dive into it.
Zero campaign promises have been fulfilled. I mean, look at Doge. They're never talking about it anymore. That's because it colossally failed. They said they were going to save, $2 trillion in our government because of what Musk was going to do with Doge. And Doge ended up costing us $50 billion. Bringing the cost of groceries and everyday items down? No. The opposite has happened. Groceries have increased, 30 to 50%, in some cases up to 200%. And the tariffs ensured that everyday goods cost has gone up a lot. Everything is more expensive right now. See, releasing the Epstein files? Obviously, that's not happening under this administration because their leader is all over those files. So, no, that shit ain't getting released. Ending all the wars. Yeah, I know he likes to brag that he's ended 7, 12, 50 wars. He hasn't ended a single one. All the ones that he claims to have ended, that was just a lie. Look at Ukraine and Russia, still going on. Look at Gaza and Israel, still going on. They sign ceasefires and they break them the next day. Finding all the criminal immigrants and deporting them. Nope, not doing that. He's just deporting anyone that's not white. Nothing to do with criminals. In fact, over 70% of the people that they're capturing on the streets have no criminal history. But listen, chat, if you'd like to come and comment with a campaign promise that he's fulfilled, I'd love to hear it.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish. We are all just out here trying to survive as best we can. And although we may have good intentions and we may be empathetic and we may be compassionate, we will always put ourselves first because we have to survive. And if that means making a mistake in my vote or maybe putting my trust in the wrong person like I did, then that's what it means. I will always put the betterment of my family and vote in ways that I think will help my family above anyone else.
Here's the problem with voting for your self-interest. I understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're on the bottom and none of your needs are fulfilled, you can only think of yourself. But here's the problem with that, is you voted for your self-interest. So did everybody else in the Republican Party. Think about that for a minute. You voted for your self-interest, but you don't have anything. You don't have anything. That's what it is. But other people, rich people, they have a lot. So of course they're going to vote for their self-interest because they have something. You don't. You need the tribe, right? The socialized healthcare, the socialized dental care, schools, firefighters, police officers, all socialized systems. Is it clicking? Yeah. You voted against the tribe. Humans didn't make it on their own. We always existed in a tribe, taking care of each other. You could only take care of yourself if you have something, and you don't have shit.
The way we are living right now is not conducive to anybody's health. It's not conducive to progress. It's not conducive to mental health. I am so sick of living like this. I am so sick of coming home and limping home from work. I am so sick of being tired in my bones. I am so sick about being stressed about money and about what I'm gonna feed my kids and about if I'm gonna make rent. And I work my ass off so that I don't have to stress about that as much now. And I'm okay. I'm okay. I will be okay. I just know in my soul, we are not supposed to be living like this. This is damaging everybody. I feel like I'm aging prematurely. I see a lot of people waking up right now, and I see a lot of people calling them crazy. I know some people look at me like I'm insane, but I don't care because I am so happy that so many people are waking up to the reality of what we are living in right now. And it's so much deeper than politics. It's so much deeper than what you see on the news. These patriarchal, capitalistic, Christian nationalist ideologies, I feel, are finally crumbling. And I am here for it, and I love it. And the only thing I wish is I could be alive to see the new world, to see the change. Because with the way things are going right now, it cannot go back to the way it was. It will never go back to the way it was. Too much shit has happened. Too much damage has been done. Too many people have woken up. And it's fine. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I hope one day that you do. Because we are not supposed to live like this. We are not. We're not supposed to live like this.
Y'all, MAGA is cracking. And I think it's because people are bullying them back. They're being told you can't celebrate Cinco de Mayo, not even a margarita. You cannot go to Mexico. You are uninvited permanently. They're being told that their makeup is ugly in every video because it's like they're trying to complain for what they voted for. You lost your job. Oh no, who'd you vote for? You're losing your business. Thoughts and tariffs. Your kid got measles. Oh no, so sad. Bet you're sure trusting them doctors at the hospital now. Oh, your 401k's down. Sorry. Stop eating avocado toast. Oh, you got E. coli. I hope you bought enough toilet paper. Can't afford food and groceries anymore. Well, I guess you're gonna have to go hungry. Oh, the bank ripped you off. Stuff it. You're losing your health care? Oh no, it's okay. You don't believe in doctors anyway. Your house got destroyed in a tornado or a hurricane because of the climate crisis, and now you can't claim FEMA? Oh no. Maybe you should call your senator. Your friends no longer like you or invite you places. I guess you're just gonna have to find new friends. You can't get a student loan because FAFSA is down. I guess you're gonna just have to skip college. Your coworker got disappeared by ICE. I guess they were real people after all and not all criminals. You can't pay the mortgage on your Airbnb because there's no tourism now. Oh, that's just so sad. Your kids don't talk to you anymore because you voted against their interest. Boundaries hurt, I guess. You didn't get your Christmas bonus because the company had to stock up ahead of tariffs. Guys, maybe you should have thought about these things 6 months ago when the man told you exactly what he was going to do. What he was running on was tariffs and hatred. Think an apology is going to fix anything at this point? No. You can take down your MAGA flag. You can tell people you regret your vote because somehow you're personally affected now. The reality is we know as soon as he's gone, because he will be gone in the next several months because he's got late stage dementia. It's so obviously painfully clear. You're going to vote for the next dumb liar to take his place. So we don't want to hear you complaining. Thoughts and tariffs to you.
I just want to very quickly clear the air for all the libs out there. Myself and the other maggots are very happy that we voted for Trump. I'm very proud of him, actually. Look, you may not like maggots, but he united us. He united us against science. He united us against common sense. And he especially united us against prosperity. I didn't vote for things to get better. I voted so that the libs who made me insecure on TV would feel pain. Am I feeling pain? Sure. But all that matters is that we're all going down together. That is the American dream. At the end of the day, I don't want to be right. I want to be cruel. And I don't know, I think that's really beautiful.
You just can't make this shit up, y'all. He is demolishing the people's house, the east wing of the people's house, also that he can build a ballroom. And he's doing this in the middle of a burgeoning economy, growing unemployment, stagnant wages, and in the midst of a civil rights crisis. And hold on to your hats, boys and girls, because all of this is going to cost a cool $100 million. And don't think for a second that I believe that his investors are the ones that are paying. They're giving $100 million just like that for him to build his little ballroom. I don't believe that for 1 second. And you know what? I think that he's doing this because he doesn't plan on leaving the White House. He does not plan on leaving. He plans on staying there. And he's going to make the White House look like Mar-a-Lago. Tacky as F. Just like Mar-a-Lago.
So a Republican woman is in shock because she showed up at the hospital in Florida with an ectopic pregnancy and they told her they couldn't help her because of the law, just like we said that they would. So she was so upset she called the governor because, of course, when you're in the middle of a medical emergency, you want to call a politician. But he didn't pick up the phone. And how many women had their governor's number on speed dial? So after several hours of begging and pleading for them to help her like we said they'd make you do, they finally let her end the ectopic pregnancy before her fallopian tubes burst and she lost all ability to reproduce. And yet, she's trying to blame this on Democrats. But we said that when you showed up at the hospital, they wouldn't ask you who you voted for or what party you belong to, and they wouldn't ask you what your interpretation of the bill was. They were just going to go by the law. So her care was delayed. I'm very happy she got the care that she deserved, but it was delayed. And there are other women out there whose care is being delayed. And that is putting their lives at risk and their reproductive health care at risk.
If you thought the government shutdown was bad now, that people are losing their SNAP today, we're going to start losing housing assistance. People are going to start being homeless. We're going to start losing our heat assistance, electrical assistance, probably before the first of the year. And if not, by the first of the year. Your disabled Mima that's on Section 8, it's going to get lost. And the entire premise of the shutdown was to ensure that Donald Trump's greedy insurance friends will be getting 4 times the amount per month. And verbatim, the Republicans have said, we'll reopen the government so long as you let the healthcare premiums raise. We'll throw you a bone and give you snapback so long as nobody can afford health insurance. While our servicemen and women go hungry, while they don't get paid, while Donald Trump supporters who receive SNAP will go hungry, they'll lose their Section 8. He's having lavish Halloween parties with his friends, with a shit-eating grin on his face, not giving a fuck about the people that he governs. And yet, some of you on this app still support him. What, just to own the libs? I fear we're past that now.
What you are seeing now is a painful wake-up call for millions of Americans who truly believed that Donald Trump cared for the working-class families. During the campaign, the promises sounded simple and powerful. Cheaper groceries, lower gas prices, more jobs, and a booming economy. But today, many of these voters, they are staring at empty refrigerators, overdue bills, and paychecks that barely stretch halfway through the month. The reality is that prices for everyday items like eggs, milk, and bread, they have gone up while the wages haven't moved. Families are skipping meals, carrying on essentials, and doing whatever they can just to stay afloat. And yet, instead of focusing on fixing the economy, Trump and his administration, they are pouring billions into luxury projects like building a massive ballroom, for the elite, while ordinary Americans can't even afford rent. Think about it. How can a government claim to care about the citizens while prioritizing extravagance over survival? It's no longer about left or even left anymore. It's about the basic dignity of being able to live and to feed your family, and not to have to choose between paying rent, buying gas, or even buying groceries. But what's even heartbreaking is that the silence of these MAGA supporters, most of them are too ashamed to admit that they were wrong. But the truth can no longer be hidden anymore. Social media is flooded with posts of people saying that they regret ever voting for him again. They can't believe that this is the same man that they put in office. They thought things that would be better, and not worse. The pain, the regret is real. And let's be honest, most people want them, but they didn't listen, They believed every word from Donald Trump, but now they are learning the hard way that leadership isn't about political revenge, slogans, or making others angry, It's about solving problems, hunger, jobs, healthcare, education, housing. But what we are witnessing is a collapse of blind loyalty, you know? For years, the MAGA movement was built on emotion and division, us versus them. But what they should realize is that when the economy falls, it's no longer about us or them. Everybody suffers. Grocery stores don't ask for your political party when you can't afford food. Landlords don't care who you voted for when you can no longer pay rent, you know? The saddest part is that many Americans, they believe that Donald Trump understood their pain, you know? Farmers thought he would protect them. Workers thought he would raise wages. And families thought he would make life more affordable again. But they're not realizing that billionaires only look after billionaires, not the people struggling to get by. And maybe this is a turning point. People will start questioning about politicians who make grand promises but only deliver pain, you know? Maybe Americans will start looking beyond political parties and start asking, who is fighting for us, you know? Who's listening to our struggles? Who is making sure that we can actually live, not just survive? Because the average Americans, they deserve leaders who understand them, who sees them, and who fights for them, not just headlines and empty promises. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.